Another example could be, imagine if you have a cheesecloth, right? A cheesecloth is supposed to remove large particles and only let small stuff go through. Well, that's normally what your gut should be doing. And so if you have these microscopic holes, now these large particles, kind of like if you cut the cheesecloth, are going to go through, and it's going to reduce your ability to do its job. And it's another way of how what we refer to as food sensitivities occur, because food sensitivities occur when the immune system starts attacking foods that it's not supposed to be attacking. So let's just say one of those large molecules comes through and it is corn, right? And so your immune system sees that and starts attacking it because it's not supposed to be there. And next thing you know, you have a sensitivity to corn. Now, if it only stopped there, it'd be one thing, but what happens is that your immune system doesn't know the difference between corn or rice or banana or an apple or even beef, right? All it knows is it sees a protein structure. So when this protein structure is seen by the immune system, that's what it sees as the problem, and that's what it's going to attack. So then every single time you bring in something with corn and it sees that same protein structure, the immune system will start attacking it and create more and more and more sensitivities to that food, and create more inflammation and creating more of an unhealthy environment, increasing the risk of disease like diabetes, autoimmune diseases, or other types of diseases in the body, because the gut is heavily involved in those things. Now, what becomes really interesting is that, again, the immune system only sees the protein structure of this. So if the protein structure of, say, corn can resemble another type of food like rice, for example. Maybe the protein structure is very similar. So if you ate rice, even though you've never had a piece of rice come through that barrier and the immune system attack it, but because the protein structure is the same, it's going to start attacking rice as well. So you start to develop more and more and more of these food sensitivities, not allergies, food sensitivities, which creates more chaos, more problems, and creates more of an unhealthy environment and unhealthy body. On top of that, these protein structures will also look very similar to the cells of your body. So if the cell of your pancreas, for example, looks very similar to corn, your immune system will start attacking the pancreas, and next thing you know, you have an autoimmune disease to the pancreas, you develop type 1 diabetes. So these are some of these underlying problems or underlying mechanisms that will develop over years, over time, and then eventually move into a disease process. But without investigating appropriately, understanding what's really going on, you miss the big picture. It's very important when you're working with someone and you have a symptom. I don't care what the symptom is, whatever the symptom is, you have to, the practitioner, I should say, has to ask the question to themselves, why is this happening? What is causing that symptom? And what tests do I need to run to understand what is causing that symptom and why the person has that disease process or whatever condition they're dealing with? If your only option is, if you're a healthcare practitioner or your doctor, and their only option is saying, here, take this drug to try to reduce the symptom, you are missing the boat. And over time, you will only get worse. The management of that disease process will get worse over time because it's not fixing the underlying issue. It's like taking your car to a mechanic and they just put duct tape on the problem and not change the hose out. Doesn't make any sense, but that's essentially what's happening in your healthcare as well. So what type of things can we do? Is there a way to test to see if the person has a leaky gut or some of these other underlying GI problems that could be contributing to their overall dysfunction and their diabetic condition and some resistance or what other condition they're dealing with as well? Absolutely, right? We can do comprehensive stool tests. We can do an immunological test to see if there's antibodies being created to the gut lining, and is the immune system attacking the gut or other areas as well. Food sensitivity testing. Does your gut have the proper amounts of good bacteria in it? Do you have is there underlying infection patterns that are going on here? Is the immune system showing improper function? Is there potentially underlying infections showing on a blood test? Inflammatory markers? There are tons and tons of tests that can be ran. But in many cases, these tests are not being ran because the goal, typically in a healthcare model, is not to understand the cause of the problem, but to understand what can we give you to reduce your symptoms so you feel better or so it looks good on paper, right? Because think about this. If antibiotics are a huge contributing factor to leaky gut situations. The more antibiotics you take, the worse it's going to become. And the more antibiotics you take, the lower your immune system is going to be. It suppresses the immune system. It suppresses your good bacteria, leaving you vulnerable for future infections. So it's just perpetuating the problem over and over and over again. It makes more sense to, if you have a major infection, obviously take the antibiotic. But then once the antibiotic is done, you need to find a practitioner who can help you get your gut healthy again to reducing the risk of future issues, like we've been talking about here today. So, just this one concept, right? There are hundreds of others that could be contributing to disease process like diabetes or other diseases. But this one simple analysis here can determine if you have this underlying problem that many of our patients that we see in our practice have. I mean, I can't tell you how often I see someone with leaky gut that needs to be addressed. I mean, tomorrow we're starting a new program with an individual who has leaky gut, and we're going to be able to help him fix the problem as well. So I wanted to just take a quick minute to talk to you about this because it's a big problem that I'm seeing quite often in my office. And someone who's going to watch this video, or if you share this video, maybe you know someone who has diabetes, maybe you know someone who's got some gut issues, or you're like, hey, this person has like all these foods they can't eat. Maybe they need to see this video, and it potentially could help them get back on the road to health. It can help them get back to being, at a good place again in their life and not vulnerable to future issues that could be coming down the road. So if you like this video, if it was informative, please comment, right? Put a comment down below so that I know that this information is valuable to you and you're excited about it. Share the video so then someone a loved one, a coworker, a friend, spouse, sibling, they have this information and it could very well maybe help them in the future from having to go down a path of misery and discomfort as well. So, and if there's anything that any questions that you have, please comment there as well. Or if there's any other topics that you want me to discuss that you're dealing with, you're not really sure what to do or how to handle it, or you're just not really sure about the whole concept of what you're being told, I can definitely do more videos. If there is something that I can do to help you, if you want to meet with me one-on-one, we can set up an initial consultation either virtually or by phone, or if you want to come into the office and meet with me one-on-one, I will put our contact information there in the comments. You can definitely give our office a call. We can set you up for initial consultation where we can meet to see what kind of problem you're dealing with and if I can help you in any way possible. Again, I hope you're having an amazing day. Please stay safe out there. The air quality is not the best right now, but we're all here together to help each other. And if there's anything that I can do, please reach out and I'll help out any way possible. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.